Well, tonight was a Torchlight Procession in honour of Our Lady's, the Feast of Our Lady's Assumption into Heaven, and we used this. This is our first weekend really after the most of the restrictions in Scotland have been lifted. So this was our first weekend with no social distancing and all of those things, and so it was always my plan that we would gather in the grotto at the first opportunity to give thanks to God and to Our Lady for bringing us through these last, well, nearly 18 months now. So we advertised it on social media, and I'm really heartened by the huge number of people who came out. Well over 1,000 people came out on what's not the best of nights, although it was dry, but it's a great testimony to their faith and to their love of Our Lady and their love for this place of pilgrimage, this place of prayer, Carfin Grotto.
Absolutely wonderful, because I remember coming here as a child. I was in the Children of Mary, and it just took me right back. I remember Monsignor Taylor away back then, so I'm just thrilled to bits to be here. My friend brought me, because my car's off the road just now, and the turnout is just amazing.
You know, based on the terrible past year or so it's been with the pandemic, to join together in such number and to pray together was such a wonderful thing, and thanks to Our Lady for looking after us through the pandemic, and may we continue to be close to her.
I travel to Lourdes every year and with the Glasgow pilgrimage, and obviously we've not been able to be there for a couple of years, so it was really lovely to take part in this. As well as that, I lost my mum to COVID last November, so because this was kind of dedicated to that, and well, in some ways it was dedicated to that, to pray for all those lost to COVID, it was really special, really emotional to me, and yeah, it was just really a lovely occasion.
Yeah, it's great. It was great to see the crowds tonight. Father Grant got a great turnout for his kind of first Torchlight Procession, so it was great for him.
Absolutely amazing. Like you can't even get it any much more better. You really can't. So, but it was been a pleasure of joining in this event. So it's just all the players who's been passing away from COVID. But like as I say, like God's grace is much more bigger than anything.
I think it was absolutely excellent. I didn't expect to have such a crowd, but for the first time back it was really beautiful.
It reminded me of Lourdes, of the real thing, although this is the real thing too here, and there was a big turnout, huge, very impressed I was, and I hope they continue to have more torchlights throughout the autumn, and the dark nights be even more dramatic.
I think this reminds me of Nigeria. The crowd is amazing, you know, lovely crowd out here tonight, and the rosary, and people turned out very well, and Father Grant is also doing well, as the guardian has been doing great job since he came last year, and I'm happy to be with him, working with him. So this is very massive number, and this is something very good for Scotland, that people are coming out now, things are getting back to normal, so I'm happy about this. Yeah, thank you.
Where did I come from? Berwick on the border, Berwick upon Tweed, and my plan was to walk here. I've tried to come to Carfin a few times and never managed to get here, but I'm so glad to have been able to make it this evening. And in fact, I made it as far as Peebles, mostly on foot, but then I cheated and went to Edinburgh, and partly because I just didn't have the endurance. But God willing, I'm hoping to get to Mary's Meals HQ in Dalmally, and I'm going to do more of that, hopefully on foot. It's obviously, of course, a very special place, and so important for the survival of the faith in Scotland, Carfin.
We celebrate the centenary of the grotto next year, in October of next year. It's 100 years since the grotto was formally opened in 1922. So we hope there'll be great celebrations for that too, but I was hoping that, you know, we can boost the numbers coming to the grotto in anticipation of this wonderful event next year, when we'll celebrate 100 years of Carfin Lower Grotto.